Hello everyone, I'm SoFar402 and today I am doing a speed paint for a comic strip I did for a server that I play on. And for those of you that don't know what it's called Weirdocraft, and it's a Minecraft server. And yeah. So basically this comic strip, it's just one of the shenanigans that we get into, and I'm just showing what can happen sometimes. We talk about pretty weird things, hence the name Weirdocraft. We do some weird shenanigans, but for this comic, I should explain what's happening, just so everyone gets a better understanding of what's going on and you're not confused. So, with this comic strip, basically one day a person went to another, doing their thing, whatever it is you do in another, whether it's, fighting blazes or gas or just trying to get glowstone. This person though, they found a wither skull and they were getting really excited, just like, oh my god, I got a wither skull, guys, this is amazing. And some of us were congratulating them, just like, good job, and yada yada yada. But this one person did a command, which is, it's /me, so /me, and basically for that, whatever you write, it's in purple, and it's kind of like for role playing, I guess you could say, because it's kind of like you're doing an action. So yeah, this person though, yeah, they did /me, and they took the wither skull, grinded it into bone meal, used it for their plants, but also ate it. And at the time, I thought it was really bizarre and funny. And it's like, I gotta do a comic strip for this, because this is really funny. Not that the person actually took the person's wither skull and crushed it, but it was saying, like, jokingly, like, pretending to do it if they were with the person. And yeah, I thought it was funny. So that's basically the concept of this little comic strip, is this person taking the other person's skull and just being like, oh hell no, I'm not doing withers today. And I don't blame them. Withers are pretty scary things. They're this three-headed monster that breaks any block it touches and throws things at you, and it's pretty deadly and hard to kill. But if you do kill a wither, you get another star, and that helps make beacons. And beacons are very helpful in survival because they can give you boosts, and depending on like how much power you give into the beacon depends how much like the radius of what's effective around it, or what you can get as a boost. So you can get regeneration, you can get haste, which helps you mine faster, you get a jump boost, you get speed boost, you get strength boost, stuff like that. So beacons are very helpful. So killing a wither is kind of needed if you want to improve like your chances of surviving, which are just really difficult to kill. They're really difficult to spawn because you have to find 3 wither skulls, and that takes a while because the drop for a wither skull is pretty low. And to get a wither skull, you need to find a wither skeleton, and that means you need to find a fortress, and those aren't exactly the easiest things to find. So just the whole process of getting a beacon is difficult, and just, is it even worth it? Yes and no. So yeah. But yeah, that's the premise of this comic strip. Is person going nether. I actually had a lot of fun drawing this. Like, originally I drew this on my sketchbook because like it happened right then and there, and I whipped out my sketchbook and I'm like, I gotta draw this, and I drew it. But I didn't draw it as detailed as I would want it to, just so I can have it there, and then I can do it digitally, so that way I can add more detail to it, and I can make sure it looks all nice and polished and good. But yeah. You probably noticed that in the beginning of the video you see a background picture of like kind of seeing like someone sketching stuff and then just going over it, like over a layer and redrawing it. So yeah, I actually don't really make that many comic strips or comics in general, mostly because it takes a while. Like this comic strip took me 4.5 hours to do. As for doing one picture, it takes me roughly an hour or two. So it's very time consuming. Sorry. It's very time consuming considering you'll be redrawing someone over and over again and doing different scenes in one page. So it's not usually something I do, but I really wanted to do this because I thought it was a little funny moment that happened, and I wanted to share with everyone what happened. And I actually enjoyed the process of doing this, especially doing the backgrounds, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't usually draw backgrounds. Usually I just have like a white background behind, and it's like, I wish I did a background for this, because backgrounds actually help tell a story in your picture. They have more of a, they make them feel more real and get an insight of like in that world this character is in. So backgrounds are really important, especially if they're done properly, then it really helps with the picture. Like sometimes it's fine if you have a black background, like if you're doing like a rough picture, or like you're just like doing like a little like headshot and just like, here's this person. You don't really need to worry about much of a background. But like if you're doing like a scene, I guess, or like just like, I don't know, a little blurb or whatever, it's good to have background so it just looks more pleasing and not as awkward, if that makes sense. I don't know. I had really fun making the background because I didn't have to really draw anything, just had to like paint in the shapes. As for like the people, you see the line art. As for the backgrounds, I just kind of drew in the shapes. But yeah. With the coloring though, coloring wasn't too bad. I think that was like the longest process, was doing all the coloring for everything, because I had to recolor some things. Like color one person one panel, you had to color them again in another panel, but it's different because, you know, different shapes all the time. But it wasn't too hard picking the colors because, well, one, I already knew like the colors for another, I already knew the colors of the people, so really it was all more so of like what isn't too straining on the eye, so picking the colors wasn't too hard. But yeah, I'm getting near the end of this video. I don't have so much time, so I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you have a good one. So yeah, see ya.